Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Mego Museum Mint off card. I know I said I wasn't going to be doing these for a while, and that's still true, but during the course of loading the last episode and this week, um, as things have been in the last few years, a figure popped up on Target.com I didn't know anything about. Good thing I don't run a Mego website. And I picked him up. It's an odd choice for me because personally I've never been a wrestling guy. I've never watched it. But Andre the Giant, I think, kind of transcends the sport in the fact that he's kind of a pop culture icon. I mean, I knew him as Bigfoot on the $6 Million Man as a kid, and I can even remember watching The Greatest American Hero, and he's probably the first wrestler I recognized. He was on an episode, and I knew that guy. So, and plus I genuinely like him. So I picked up the figure. And it seems like I really should do a review because otherwise, what am I going to do with this thing? So let's take him off the card. But before we do, I just want to observe a couple things about the new Wave 4 packaging. One, I think it's a great improvement. My favorite thing about it is that Mego seems to be starting to pose the figures in the bubble. And I really like that. And it reminds me of the old Bullmark Planet of the Apes figure where they kind of posed each one in the box. It's a nice touch, and I hope they continue doing that. Let's get Andre out of there. So here's Andre the Giant. It's an interesting choice by Mego to go with an 8-inch body. I can certainly understand that they didn't want to retool an entirely new body for one figure. The figure is in a wrestling signet. The belt itself, a lot of people have been asking about the belt. It's a thin piece of plastic, and it's quite delicate, so do watch yourself with it. The boots appear to be Action Jackson boots, which makes sense. They kind of do look like lace-up wrestling boots. As for the scale, the only thing I can offer is that, most wrestling figures are 6 inches tall. I don't own any, so I'm going to have to use Talos from Star Trek, but I think you get the idea. If you did have a big display of wrestling figures, this would be a giant, imposing Andre the Giant figure. So that kind of makes sense as opposed to posing him with Mego superheroes where he's the same height. That said, the one thing I really do love about this, and I think is really funny, is Tiny Chair. I get it. I think that's a great joke, and it just shows some of the sense of humor at Mego. The head sculpt is actually by the same guy who did the Greatest American Hero for the FX show, and that's Scott Fensterer. I think it looks like him. I think it's a great job. I really don't know what I'm going to do with this, but it's kind of fitting that I end Mint off card with this because it's sort of an overwhelming amount of figures coming out, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to take a break, is I kind of wanted to regroup and talk about vintage, which I'm doing on the other channel, Vintage Mego. But this was just kind of a fun lark. So Mint Off Card is going to go on hiatus now again until something like Bruce Lee pops up and I just get the urge to do this again. But we are going to still continue videos here, and I hope you will continue to subscribe and follow. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciated all the kind words after the last episode especially. It was really touching to hear somebody cared. Until then, buy what you like, and thank you.